having to do with an influx of Puerto Rican individuals and families as a result of Hurricane Maria and the devastation that was unleashed there. My question is, what, if any, do you see in the county's role in making accommodations for this extra group of people that are coming to Lebanon County?
Well, I'd say that, you know, there were plenty between the school district and the United Way and all the social service agencies that were there, trying to work out how they can get their information to those folks and help them as much as they can. That's one part of it. The employment issue is another. Where are they going to work when they come here? I think we're in very good shape in that regard because there's a lot of good opportunity for employment in Lebanon County. We're down, you know, always low top employment rates in the state, and so we're in a good position with all the new million square foot enterprises that are going on the northern tier of the county. I think there's going to be, it's a good time for folks to be coming in, and with Bell and Evans and others. So I think there's a lot of good happening already.
Is there money from the county's affordable housing fund or anything like that that can be tossed in to assist targeting specifically this group of, I don't want to call them immigrants because they're American citizens?
I would say we would take those on an as-needed or as-requested basis if they fit the criteria or the outlines of guidelines of what the money's for. I don't think affordable housing money could be put into a pot unless it was specifically for assisting in habitat or something that would help get housing. But I think I'm open to anything we can do.
And that might stem from Housing Authority. That'd be the first agency that would identify that kind of need and share it with you.
I would just say, I attended that meeting, and I was there, first of all, to gather information and to be available. And as I heard it unfold, it appeared that the agencies and the school districts were going to be working together to resolve some of these problems with the influx, and certainly the school district, I think, faces the biggest obligation there. But I feel that in Lebanon County, with the job training efforts that we've been making through our Economic Development Corp and PA Works and HAC and some of the employers here in the community, that we're certainly poised to meet some of the job demands that this influx will create.
I'm glad we have places like Lebanon County Christian Ministries. That is the official food bank for Lebanon County. There is a new homeless shelter open there. We have also clothing there in addition to the food. So I think that's a good start. So I would encourage people in their Christmas giving to consider an additional allotment to LCCM and others that perform similar functions. I also think that looking back in our county history, we have a very giving people and a very compassionate people. And there were many who found homes within the community when the Vietnamese refugees were here. And I'm thinking a informal foster parent system could be set up somehow so that maybe we could accommodate some of these children or mothers with their children in getting housing and getting them through a rough time till they get their unemployment and go through the trainings and whatever they have to do. I don't know how that would be accomplished, but I thought that might be a solution that would be at least a help to get them off the ground.
I have to tell you that, of course, aware 10 weeks or so weeks ago that what happened to Puerto Rico because of this hurricane and the devastation, but for some reason my mind didn't put together that gee, we have a rather large Puerto Rican population in Lebanon County that has relatives, and that we may receive this large influx. It sort of like fell out of the sky for me to learn of this. Did it fall out of the sky for any of you, or were you anticipating this?
I was anticipating it only, not because I'm, have this, but the national news, I was hearing that Florida was having, significant numbers, and I heard how some of the school districts, it's in the millions of dollars that it's going to cost to take care of the students, and that, that was like a port of entry for a lot of them, but, just by the nature of the fact that we have, a sizable Puerto Rican population here, that they are going to be hooking up with relatives and so on, at least for a temporary situation. So I was pretty much in tune with that change taking place.
I was surprised at the number enrolling in the school district. That was a surprise to me. But one of my employees, her dad lost his home, so he's living with her. He came from Puerto Rico to live with her for 8 months till the house is rebuilt. So I knew things like that were going on, but I didn't realize the families with all the kids and how that would impact on the school district as much as it has and will.
Yeah, and it's an opportunity if you have good things in your closet like coats and gloves and hats. Again, Salvation Army or LCCM, places like that can distribute them. That's key.
So overall, you seem very, very, positive in facing the county and the community's ability to, handle.
So, yep. I feel confident, especially with the resources that we have. And again, the employment situation is very favorable to folks coming in and looking for jobs. So I think that timing is good too. The only other thing I want to say, if we're another year out, the new hub down at the Kaplan Pavilion would have been a perfect place, because that was one of the issues that they had. How do we get all these folks coordinated from one social service to the other? And that's what this hub is meant to do for primary care and for other services. They one-stop shopping with United Way, so that would have been great, and it'll be a future opportunity for us. But I think we're in good shape for a county our size.
Actually, I think it was amazing to me at kind of the plan that unfolded at that hour-and-a-half meeting the other day, because what they are going to do, and I think it was to be determined, but already the superintendent of the city schools offered space, and Laurie Bowersox offered space at Hack for a central area where the agencies can have someone there, and instead of them having to shop agencies and so on, they can show up at this central terminal. So I think they have it pretty well in hand, Gordy.
Well, thank you very much for accommodating me.